The Las Vegas Grand Prix unfolded with a barrage of incidents: crashes, airborne debris, drain holes coming loose, penalties, safety car interventions, and an overall atmosphere of chaos. Despite delivering thrilling racing moments, the question lingers: was the spectacle of the Las Vegas Grand Prix truly worth it? The aftermath prompts an exploration of drivers' perspectives on the tumultuous events involving Verstappen, Russell, and Leclerc. The race commenced dramatically as Verstappen, steering his RB19, executed a bold move on pole-sitter Leclerc at the low-speed Turn 1 left-hander. Both drivers pushed the limits of braking, with Verstappen overtaking Leclerc just beyond the track boundary. While Verstappen seized the lead, the stewards swiftly imposed a 2023 favoured penalty, a 5-second time penalty to be served during Verstappen's next pit stop. Initial dissatisfaction with the penalty shifted for Verstappen after a post-race assessment and a discussion with Leclerc. Taking responsibility, Verstappen acknowledged, "The start was good, but I braked quite late to defend the position. I was on the inside in the dirt. I didn't mean to push Charles off the track, but I couldn't slow down. It was probably the right call." Despite the penalty hindering Verstappen's comeback, Leclerc deemed it justified. He suggested an alternative punishment approach, saying, "In those situations, it will be better for the FIA to ask to give the place back, because there's quite a bit of an advantage to take care of tyres when you have free air." Verstappen, however, questioned the practicality of Leclerc's suggestion, opting to retain the position over giving it back. "I don't know what's better in the end. I mean, I paid the penalty, so it doesn't matter in a way," Verstappen remarked. The chaos persisted, with Verstappen becoming the focus of another investigation later in the race, culminating in a collision with Russell. The Las Vegas Grand Prix, marked by its tumultuous twists, left the racing community contemplating the value of such spectacles amidst the mayhem on the track. In the collision between George Russell and Max Verstappen at turn 12, Russell failed to anticipate Verstappen's presence on the inside just before the long DRS straight. Turning in, Russell felt the impact as his Mercedes front left met the Red Bull's front wing, costing him a podium and reshaping the race dynamics. What seemed poised for a Charles Leclerc victory shifted dramatically, ultimately favouring Verstappen and contributing to the race's chaotic narrative. Ironically, the Russell-Verstappen collision served as a stroke of luck for Verstappen. The safety car's deployment to clear debris allowed him to exchange front wing damage for valuable track position and fresh tyres, providing an opportunity to contend for the win. Meanwhile, the safety car period presented a strategic challenge for Leclerc and the Ferrari pit wall. Contemplating the proper call during the incident, Leclerc found himself in a challenging position behind Perez and Lance Stroll's Aston Martin. Stroll had surged from 19th to 9th on soft tyres, strategically pitted under the VSC, and ascended through the order as others completed their stops. The dilemma for Leclerc was whether to pit and secure a podium position with new tyres or stay out and potentially lead the race with slightly older tyres. Opting to remain on track, Ferrari inadvertently granted Verstappen a tyre advantage. Despite the setback, Leclerc showcased skillful driving, with a notable DRS exchange with Perez and a well-executed counterpass, reminiscent of Carlos Sainz's style. However, the strategic implications of pit stop timings and the unpredictable occurrence of safety cars played a pivotal role in determining the race outcome. Verstappen ultimately claimed the lead with 12 laps remaining, emphasizing the impact of pit stop decisions and safety car timing on the unpredictable and chaotic nature of the race. The notably low grip on the track, particularly at the outset, can be attributed to the initiation of the sequence involving two crucial safety car interventions. This circumstance led to Alonso spinning in the pack at turn 1, inducing chaos and prompting a virtual safety car, VSC. This incident forced Perez into the pits for a new nose, relegating him to the last position. However, the VSC slowed down the chasing pack sufficiently, allowing Perez to rejoin right on its tail instead of trailing by a considerable margin. This strategic pit stop facilitated a direct switch to the desired hard tyres for Red Bull. Capitalizing on the situation, Perez secured an advantageous combination of higher track position and fresh tyres when the second safety car prompted another cost-effective stop, providing him with a second set of hard tyres. This set the stage for Perez to showcase his peak performance, reminiscent of his prowess in Sakhir in 2020. The VSC induced by Alonso also had the effect of reducing everyone's tyre temperatures and pressures while carrying a high fuel load. The resultant combination of factors led to an unfortunate incident for Norris and Mclaren, causing them to run into trouble at the kink of turn 11, resulting in a significant crash. Much of the impact was absorbed by scraping along the walls before reaching the escape route at turn 12, necessitating the deployment of the safety car. For those who had pitted before the second safety car, the timing proved detrimental to their race strategies. Gasly, Alex Albon, and Logan Sargent found themselves compelled to endure exceedingly long second stints, wearing out their tyres and causing a drop in their positions. Piastri's race took a hit when he had to pit on lap 16 due to a puncture resulting from wheel-to-wheel contact with Hamilton. This incident prompted Mclaren to shift to a two-stop strategy, providing a fresh set of hard tyres. The subsequent need for a second tyre compound stop posed challenges for Piastri, as he couldn't establish a sufficient gap over the field to make a seamless transition due to the interruptions caused by the safety cars. Hamilton, also punctured by the contact with Piastri, realized the issue only after passing the pit lane, costing him significant time and relegating him near the back. Despite the setback, Hamilton managed a recovery, finishing in 8th place, which became 7th after Russell's penalty, trailing just behind Sainz, who navigated through his fair share of turmoil over the weekend in Las Vegas. Sainz's experience in the City of Lights was marred by challenges, necessitating a grid penalty for swapping out a control electronics unit due to damage incurred during FP1 from a loose drain cover. Expressing his disappointment, Sainz lamented, "I'm regretting not being able to be up there fighting for the win." Despite the setbacks, Sainz believed his car had the potential for a podium finish, making the race enticing. However, the loose valve wasn't the sole source of frustration for Sainz. He attributed the chaos in the opening laps of the Las Vegas Grand Prix to oil splashed on the track by a car during the driver's parade lap. Sainz emphasized this concern, stating, "I saw a lot of oil from the cars that we used to do a driver's parade, which is another thing for the FIA to look at." He criticized the situation, pointing out the unfairness of oil accumulating predominantly on the inside line, compounded by an already dirty track. Sainz deemed it unacceptable to introduce cars leaking oil onto the track just an hour before the race, suggesting that it likely contributed to several crashes in Turn 1. Inviting thoughts on the Las Vegas Grand Prix and the chaotic weekend, Sainz questioned whether it lived up to the hype or proved overwhelming for spectators. Encouraging viewers to share their perspectives in the comments section, he reminded them to subscribe to the channel for notifications about upcoming uploads, ensuring they stay informed about the unfolding events in the 2023 Formula One season.